comes the Envision Virgin car.
A big weekend in New York City was wrapped up with a commanding drive and win by Sam Bird, completing an epic journey from zero to hero to top of the championship on the streets of Brooklyn. Many, including possibly himself, had written off his title hopes, but the win has thrown him and the team right back into the mix. Bird's weekend couldn't have started off any worse. A crash in practice left his car in pieces and a major repair job required by the team. He missed free practice too and only made the qualifying Parc Fermé cutoff by just 6 seconds. Even with the monumental effort from the team, the setup wasn't there and qualifying did not go well.
Bird is off, Bird is in the wall, and I think that's down at turn 6.
But at such a crucial point of the season, he was determined to make good of the weekend, starting with a phenomenal battle in round 10, from P20 to 9th, the Tag Heuer fastest lap and points. But his tenacity didn't stop there. Pole position and the domination that brought the race win in round 11 has rejuvenated his and the team's championship hopes going into their home race in London.
It's about bounce-back ability, isn't it? Just never giving up, always pushing with the team, always believing in yourself, believing in the equipment underneath you, and just executing a good plan. And we did that just absolutely perfectly today. So proud of everybody.
And it could have been even better. A front row lockout in round 11 and just a few laps away from a double podium. But the pressure from the cars behind forced Mitch Evans into making a mistake that caused damage, dropping him from P2 to P13.
Evans in trouble, coming across the line. Evans finishes way down the order.
Flashbacks to Monaco with the three-way battle between the Jaguar, the Envision Virgin Racing and the DS Techeetah battling for position, which also ended with heartache for Evans.
And Freins gets second, does he? Yes! Freins at the line!
Albeit far worse this time around. Reigning teams champions DS Techeetah have restamped their claim on the championship after the 2 podiums scored in New York City. Verne finished second in round 10 and defending champion Da Costa third in round 11. Da Costa now sits second in the championship, level on points with Robin Freins, and the team second in the team standings, just 2 points off the lead. After round 10, things were looking pretty good for Verne and his New York City record, a place that has crowned him a Formula E champion twice. But it wasn't to be, because disaster in round 11 with car troubles, watching the rest of the grid disappear into the distance on the start before retiring from the race. A bit of a team polar opposite from the day before, where Da Costa finished out of the points and Jev got a podium.
We need to keep in mind the bigger goal here, which is to win the championship, and if Fitz today is second, then I'm going to take those points, and we will count them at the end of the season.
In round 11, Da Costa showed his class once again, climbing up 4 places to secure the podium position, offsetting the loss from Verne in the same way that it was done for Da Costa the day before.
Yes, we had a tough day, and it's things like this, when we stand back up after tough days, that really defines us, and I still have the need to prove myself, can I come back after a tough day? And I'm really happy that we put down the hours of work last night before going home.
3 podiums in the last 5 races for Envision Virgin Racing. 2 from rookie Nick Cassidy, who is well and truly making his mark in Formula E. Even without a win this season, the point scoring and podiums from both drivers leaves them top of the team's championship, and the highest driver pairing in the driver standings, sitting 3rd and 5th.
And there goes Verne! Verne on the attack for the lead! They bang wheels! And Gunter says thank you very much!
Even though he lost the win and a podium from pole position in the first of the New York City races, Cassidy can hold his head high after the great performance in round 11.
I don't know, I had dinner with Antonio earlier in the week and he said, look, this is how you drive a Formula E car, and I took it on board.
Was that lunch?
Yeah, it was at lunch. Yeah, I think that the speed has been there more or less all year, and I needed to put the days together. I'm learning. I've still got a lot to learn, but I think I'm getting better at it.
It was always a matter of time based on what we'd seen earlier in the season, so it's no surprise that once it clicked, Cassidy would soon become the highest scoring rookie, mixing it up in the top 5 with Formula E veterans. The pace of the Envision Virgin Racing car is so impressive. The amassed podiums are testament to that, but also in the ability to make up position after position during the races, in a championship and grid as tight as it is in Formula E. something Robin Frijns proved again in both of the New York City races. P11 to P5 in round 10 and P21 to P8 in round 11. Remarkable stuff. Maximilian Günther showed a return to race-winning form, taking the win in round 10 thanks to an opportunistic overtake, exceptional patience and energy management to move from 4th to 1st.
I was managing the race quite well. I had more energy than the two guys in front of me, but it was not so easy today to overtake. So yeah, I saw Jeff fighting with Nick for the win, and then they both went wide in the hairpin, and then I got this gap, and for sure went for it, and this meant we won for us.
I'm pretty sure there's a big smile underneath your mask as well. Congratulations.
The win couldn't have come at a better time as well. A home race for BMW Andretti Motorsport team, and with the big boss Michael Andretti watching from the garage. Not hugely instrumental in the championship narrative, but great timing for Günther going into the driver contract silly season, where his future in Formula E is currently unknown. New York City was another reminder of how crazily unpredictable this championship can be. The driver who is leading by 10 points going into the weekend, Mortara, leaves 4th, 9 points behind the leader. And one of the favourites after the first few rounds, Mercedes EQ, have only managed to score 8 points in their last 6 races. The story is constantly evolving, with as many twists and turns in the championship narrative as there are on the circuit. Heading into London, 11 points separate the top 10 in the Drivers' Championship, led by Sam Bird, Da Costa and Robin Frijns, and 5 points separate the top 3 teams of Envision Virgin Racing, DS Techeetah and Jaguar Racing.